When we talk about some of our most iconic races in Australia, you know, we talk about the big four. I simply am dumbfounded why this race isn't mentioned like as in that same sentence.
Off and running in the Doncaster, a magnificent start. Magic.
How can you not love this race? It's got an amazing history, and only good horses can win this race. And this is simply what the Doncaster Mile is all about. It's what I believe is one of our most iconic distances in Australia, a mile. We sort of breed our horses for these distances, sprinting milers, and we're very, very good at it. I'd say we have some of the best horses in the world over these distances.
Racing in the Doncaster, Aquador missed the start by a length, and Dan Zippo was the best into stride with a...
Even before I even won my first Doncaster, I knew about the history of it. I knew about the sense of the occasion and how big this race was. And it was a race that, like all the other majors, that you want to win. You must win. Before you retire, you want to win a Doncaster. I was fortunate enough to win my first one back in '96 for Gay Waterhouse, a horse called Sprint By.
Sprint By coming through in the centre. Dana Singer looks to have got to a narrow lead over Sprint By as they get near home. Juggler is flying late. Sprint By wins the Doncaster.
It was a sense of occasion. You just knew that you'd won a major race. Honestly, the whole 7 was special, and I never wanted to stop there. I was hoping I could win more, you know, and not only have I won it, I've been placed in it, run second by short half heads, and I've kind of been in the, you know, out of my probably 20 rides, I've probably been in the first 4, 15 or 16 on occasions. You know, it's just been a great race to me.
Another Doncaster for Glen Boss, brutal, won it by 2 lengths to Dreamforce.
Triple Honour has come right through in the centre for Glen Boss and taken the lead, and the Doncaster's over. Triple Honour has raced away, Casino.
They were all different. Obviously, Brutal was my last one. I was riding overseas and I got the call up from the Hawks camp. He had a very light weight, he had 50 kilos. I was riding in Singapore and they said, what weight will you ride? And I said, for a horse like Brutal, I'll ride any weight. To get the call up to come over to ride him, a really good colt, and get the job done on him was, you know, really special. You've definitely got to be on the right horse. I was usually looking at the 3-year-olds, the spring 3-year-olds, you know, because they're rising, you know, they're rising to their 4-year-old. So they're pretty mature, and if you find that one that's sort of come under the radar and snuck in there with a light weight, you knew straight away, regardless of what happened, you were going to be in the ballpark. And I basically started months out, knowing that if I get the opportunity to get the right horse, I'm going to make sure I'm going to be the right weight, because you can't give away a pound. For me, it's a very simple formula, and I stayed true to my formula the whole way through, and it held me in good stead.